So this is my Mule Pro 1000 FXR, I believe it is, 2024 unit. I just got done adding a bunch of aftermarket stuff. I had the dealership add a bunch of things, but I wanted to add more. So the dealer put the winch on it, but then I added this LED light bar on the front. Had the dealer put in a glass windshield with the power windshield wiper, which I think is pretty sweet. Then I just got done actually installing my street legal kit. So you can see turn signals that I've added here, and there's one on the other side of the unit, obviously. And then tied in the brake system, brake lights, to allow the brake lights to act as turn signals. So also added a, on the Reese hitch, I bought this bracket that allows for the mounting of LED lights. So I have the LED lights and a backup camera tied in, so that when I turn on one switch, I light it up and can see better when I'm trying to back up to a trailer or anything of that sort. Then additionally, I added a big dog rear bumper. I thought it was way sweeter than anything that Kawasaki had. One thing I will point out on that bracket for the Reese hitch, it said it was for any Reese hitch, but I just have a standard Reese hitch on this Kawasaki, but it didn't fit. It was loose. So I solved that by just installing a piece of, looks like about 3/8 thick rubber. I just cut a sheet up, and then I had a little piece, and it takes up the slack, and it allows it to mount pretty well. So that was at least one solution for what I consider like a not great product. But otherwise, I do like the aluminum. I believe it's an anodized aluminum bracket that does make a nice home for some LED lights. And then I actually fabricated a mounting bracket for the roof to mount a rear view camera, which again just makes it a lot easier when you're trying to back into a trailer, or just even if you're concerned if you got little ones running around. I like being able to look at that camera and see that I don't have a little person that's about to get bumped. So then on the inside of the unit, I added a sound bar, and I really like these dome lights. I mounted one there, and you can see it's going through the roll cage, the wire. I tried to hide as much wiring as I could. So a bunch of stuff I ended up running on the roll cage, zip tied, kind of traditional, but anywhere I could hide them inside the roll cage, I certainly tried to do that. Then so I've got one on each side for the passenger or for the driver. Then moving on to the front, there's quite a bit of stuff on the dash already because of the accessories I had the dealer put on. For example, this is my winch operation. Then I have a remote for the winch, so it's not a great location for that, but it's functional. Then I do have the power windshield wiper and the power fluid, so those are cool. This is actually my backup camera, and you can see I mounted my monitor up on the dash, and I've got everything tied in so that nothing's powered unless the key's on, which I do have it on. So I'll flip on the backup camera, and you can see that it popped up on the screen just showing my garage back there. So obviously that shuts it back off if I hit the switch again. So, and along with that, again, that turned on my lights back at the Reese hitch. So it really does work pretty well. I installed a stereo head unit. I took out there was a cubby hole behind this, but I got a piece of carbon fiber and fabricated kind of a plate to mount this marine grade stereo on, at least head unit. That way, if you're playing Bluetooth off my phone, you can do that directly to the sound bar. So it maybe seems a little silly, but I just wanted the ability to be able to see the name of the song and that type of stuff on the screen if I'm connected Bluetooth to the head unit. Then something else I'm a big fan of, I wanted to get USB ports, but I'm also a big fan of having a voltmeter readout, so that if you are sitting around and you're not running the unit and I'm pulling power down on my battery, I can pay attention. Right now I'm sitting at 12.2 volts, but I can pay attention to what's happening on the battery. Then the rest of this stuff up top, this was all installed by the dealer. Obviously, I had them put the heating system in it. So these are all the heating controls, high-low beams, and then 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, and then the locking differential. So I guess I should point out I also did install a CB, just mainly for fun. And where we live, we're not too far from highways, so if I guess I figured if if the kids get in trouble or if we get in trouble somewhere, at least we have another means of reaching out to try to get a hold of somebody. Then the last thing I guess I'll show on the unit is the aftermarket kit, which I mentioned before, the turn signals. That does come with a horn and then the ability to operate hazard lights or the turn signals. And then this last switch is just for my light bar on the front push bar. So those are the aftermarkets that I installed. And yeah, if you got any questions or comments, just drop them below. Thanks.